you listened to the social media marketing podcast this morning, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was today's episode. They were talking about it's not necessarily a better thing to have a wider audience if it's people who aren't into your product.
Correct.
Right?
100%.
And their thing was like, it's better to have smaller people who are more into what you do and more likely to buy your product.
Correct.
Right.
It makes sense. But as I was listening to that, I was thinking, like, if you have a wider audience that might not buy your product, those people know people who might want to buy your product.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's why I don't necessarily 100% agree with that.
Well, I think that the way that I think works, it's a matter of like, let's say you make a reel doing like a fucking one of these little viral dances or whatever. You know what I'm saying? On your tattoo page, and it goes viral because you're a tattooed girl. And you're doing like, you know, now you have a bunch of people that are following you because of that kind of content, not because your product is selling tattoos for them to buy it, you know? So now if you're only posting mainly tattoo work, then those people are not as interested. They just aren't. Now your page shows less engagement because you have more followers that are not interested in your product, and it's going to hurt your numbers overall. Like, it's just going to tank, you know? So even if you have a whole, you know, you got 1 million followers, if those 1 million followers are there because you do really fun TikTok dances and not necessarily tattoos, then that's not going to translate into money. That's why I think that he was breaking it down like that.
I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying.
I think you still want to expand your audience, but to a specific audience. So like, it doesn't matter if I have 100,000 followers if
only like 5% of those people.
Yeah, if 1% of those people are actual potential clients,
right,
then it doesn't matter if I have 5,000, but like 80% of those people are potential clients.
Right.
And
I would never get I would never get a tattoo by that guy, but he makes funny videos.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so
or
you're
even
just
like, I'd never get tattooed by that guy, but his tattoos are awesome, and I follow him because his tattoo videos are cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of guys that are in that field right now. A lot of dudes that are just like,
and they're as slow as someone with 500 followers.
I was gonna say somebody that has like a shit ton of followers and people follow him because they do funny videos, and then people want to get tattooed by them. That guy's really funny, man. He seems like a cool guy. I want to get tattooed by that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
can translate that. I think that happens less than we think it does.
Yeah, I think it happens way less than what we think it is.
I still think word of mouth is the best.
It's always going to be the best. It has been the best still.
And I think like our followers that get tattooed by us put other people onto our Instagram that want to get tattooed.
And it also depends on the type. Like, let's not like get rid of like a lot of different variables, of how you clout, how you got the clout. You know, what kind of audience like that clout got you. Yeah. So a lot of that stuff really helps. So
I'm not disagreeing with you guys because I 100% agree, but just playing devil's advocate, don't you think that when somebody sees your video, shares it with their friend, don't you think that is essentially word of mouth, just a digital form of it?
I think people share a little bit less than what we think.
Actually, you can see exactly. You can see the exact numbers of how many people shared your tattoo.
Yeah. But that's.
I think that's more than the people just walking around talking about it.
I 100% agree. Yeah. It's like,
my clients don't share my stuff enough. So if you're watching this, please
share my stuff more.
That's exactly why I'm making my statement.
I think 100%, man. Like, you can. Go and be a door-to-door salesman, or you can learn to use the internet and hit like 100,000 houses in one day.
Yeah. I think you are right. Like, I think we're all right.
We're just more right.
All I know is I suck at Instagram.
No.
I'm consistently busy, but I'm also pretty consistent on Instagram, even though I suck at it. Or is there no other people like,
what does sucking at Instagram mean?
Not knowing how to play the algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know how to play the algorithm. I don't pay attention to what I'm supposed to or not supposed to do. I just try to post a few stories every day. I post tattoos, and then I repost funny stuff that I think is funny.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I try to put my face on there and say something. because I heard that was important at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my gripe
That's
about
tough.
that entire thing. It's just that.
But I don't know what I'm doing. is
Yeah.
what
So
I'm saying.
a lot of people might hear like how I talk about like social media and algorithms and think that I absolutely hate it. It's a great tool, but what I have a problem with now is how the algorithm is catered, pretty much against like anybody who doesn't really like and this is being real, devote a shit ton amount of time into making
You
a
gotta
pattern
play
to be
the game.
noticed, play the game. And that's my problem, because it doesn't necessarily, I'll be honest with you guys, the algorithm does not really let the people decide.
Yeah.
It's just trying to cater, which type of people would want to look at this content, as opposed to, so the new people that you're getting, it's not at your own liberty. It's not like, that's why like, obviously we'll never be able to go back to this, but the old Instagram was awesome, because when something took off, whether, when it wasn't controlled by an algorithm, it was like, if your photo or video of what you made got popular, it's because it was good and people were constantly like looking at it. There was eyes on it. But now it's just all about, we're going to use these top 10 songs because the algorithm's going to notice that these are the frequently used ones. We're going to do this pattern of the video. This is like a chain type of video that's going along. We're going to follow the same pattern. So you start to play the game.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with Instagram. It's just
the reason why
it doesn't let people be authentic.
The
You know
reason
what I'm
why it
saying?
works
I've been
so
only
much.
using Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah,
songs.
you have to. You have
That's
to
what's on.
really present yourself in a exaggerated and fake manner to have that. Like, obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to disagree. They're like, no, show your authentic self. Like, that's really what. No, everyone's really trying to fit the criteria. What's going to get them noticed, and that's my only problem with the algorithm. Is it's you're really at the mercy of that, and not like.
I'm going to simplify the algorithm for you right now. This is the simplest thing about the algorithm. Be entertaining.
Yeah.
And be entertaining, however that may be, to your specific audience. Because that's why there's no there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just like, be entertaining. Because number one, you have to grab attention. So your videos and pictures need to be able to grab attention right away. And then two, retain the attention. Most people either A, are really good at making something that grabs their attention, but then can't deliver on the initial grab.
Yeah.
Like you did a really good hook, but then what came after didn't interest me, so they keep moving.
It didn't fulfill that promise.
It didn't fulfill that promise. And that's almost everyone's problem. Or a lot of people fail because maybe they have great content, but they don't know how to grab attention. To me, that's the equivalent of like a tattooer that does amazing tattoos, but can't create a good video that grabs attention. It doesn't matter how good that tattoo is. Most people will
when the
not
hell has
watch
that
that.
ever been important to tattoo them everywhere?
But-
like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do good
You're not-
tattoos, but I gotta be the best dancer on Instagram.
Yeah.
It makes zero sense.
The
I
thing-
mean,
it's not just tattooing.
No.
Though. It's like what I said before. It's
Yeah.
It's
every
not
industry
just
right
it's
now.
every industry because it's the most competitive that it's ever been. And it just happened to be that the world moved in this direction where
yeah, but I'm not competing against good tattoo artists. I'm competing against people that know how to like create a witty little video or like and here's the thing. I'm not sour or like bitter about it. I just think it's cheap.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not. That's what I'm talking about. Like it's all bullshit.
Obviously, you're an amazing tattoo
1,000%
artist.
bullshit. Like I feel like just like in what is it, the Zoolander
The
movie,
cut is like-
Mugatu's like I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
but I don't think it's cheap because people that are really good at making content.
Are really good at making content.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
I know, but what I'm saying is that if they're not just they're really good at making content.
Yeah.
But like,
But this
they're not
doesn't mean
presenting.
that
you're
can
still
tattoo.
talking.
That's
You're
right.
still talking in just tattoo terms.
Well,
and I'm telling you,
this is the Honest Tattooer
it's-
podcast.
I know, but you're not letting me finish anything that I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is, if you want to win the social media game, to be able to promote yourself, no matter what business you do, whether you're a tattooer, whether you're a barber, whatever it is that you do,
Yeah.
you just need to learn to sell your work online other than doing it like it's great if you can do it, face to face. That's great. You're probably going to continue to work and do well. But if you want to do better than most, you have to learn how to use what everybody uses to find their everything that they do nowadays. If I'm going to go to a restaurant, I'm going to click, I'm going to read the reviews. I might watch a couple of videos about it. If you know how many times I've been to a restaurant just because I watched a great video that somebody made of that restaurant and they were like, amazing to fucking experience. Like I went here, the food was incredible. I had these drinks and I'm like, damn, I should go check out that fucking restaurant. That just sounds great.
Sounds like we need our clients to make videos for us instead of us trying.
I'm telling you, man, that's what I did.
I've done that too.
Hey, you're onto something.
I've actually done that too.
Gabe, I'm going to read a quote for you that I posted a couple of weeks ago.
You go for it.
By Gary Vaynerchuk. And I feel like this.
Oh, Gary V.
Gary V.
Oh,
Right?
snap. Yeah, my buddy.
He's got all the answers.
Don't have any fun in life. Save all your money. Yeah, I know that guy.
This applies
We should all
directly
be
to you,
roommates.
Yeah.
Gabe. All right? This applies directly to Gabe.
Butter and toast. Stop
Bullshit
eating it.
entrepreneurs cry about the way they want it to be instead of reacting to the way it actually is.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, I get it. We wish it was like the old Instagram. We wish it was not like this, but this is what it is. It is what it is.